Welcome to Pentiment as we dive in here. New game. Okay, we have some save slots. That's good to know. Easy read fonts. This game uses stylized fonts for difficult for some readers. Got it. I'm so sorry. I have to use the stylized fonts just for the historical stuff. It doesn't look too bad. If this is a problem for anyone watching, let me know. Got it. Let's dive on in. In the beginning, there were words, and the word was that God, and it was the word of God. Oh. What the? Wait. This is so cool. This is the basically the beginning of the Bible here. The beginning. But I guess we're rubbing it out so that we can rubbing it out. That was inappropriate. So that we can reuse the page basically. Oh my gosh, this is really exciting. I think we play I think the art of the game is like manuscript art, which is so cool. We got some monks working in there. Oh gosh, some of these words are gonna escape me. I'm gonna be so frustrated with myself. In their scribatorium. There we go. Got some maths, music. Oh my gosh, this is really rare actually. But there was some written music of some kinds, and this style of notation for music is almost. I mean, it's like the precursor to how we write out music now, but it's almost none of it is used today. Those fingers would be in the edges of things to point out important bits. And to tell you where to start reading and where to end reading. Alright, 1518. So we're getting to the end of Gothic script. We're gonna have a lot of Gothic script here. An artist sleeps. Artist mind. And the abbot said to me, Andreas. To me, Andreas. I don't want you distracting this. Fair. I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. We're a writer. We're a writer. Is that much earlier than you were expecting? Yes, Beatrice. I had until the Ides of May. Not gonna pay you any more, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. Saint Grovian, oh my god. Socrates! Should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. No, it doesn't put much food on the table. How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? Prester John! It's Prester John, guys. The pseudo-king from the east. Prester John's in this. Isn't that? Yeah, we're in 1518. Thank you, Geraldine Higgins, yeah. I told him it would be done when it was done, sometimes before the Ides of May. Or I said I would do my best to get it done by the end of April. It's done when it's done. I gotta keep my boundaries, chat. Yes, so Hero pointed this out. Geraldine Hang, Invention of Race in the European Middle Ages, talks a lot about Prester John and basically like this sort of the sort of otherization of folks in the Middle Ages through different imagery and stuff like that. Anyway, pretty dope. I'm gonna set my boundaries. That's what I like to hear. What's he gonna do? Find someone else to finish your work? Yeah, exactly. It's true, making enemies with the abbot may not be wise, but he needs your work. Enemies? Listen. Yeah, thank you, Socrates. Everyone agreed with me. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. Oh boy. My masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Oh, okay. Right, Nuremberg. Oh! An imperial free city of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center, and city of arts, including printing. I love this. That's so cool. Also, like, art around it. Beautiful. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Listen, alright? The alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus, then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty, at least? This guy just swore. That's what my brother said in his letters, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. Interesting, Andreas believes in Prester John. Can you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control. As are many things, trust in Providence. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. Alright, of course, your majesty. Here we go. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time. You don't mind the other fools? I never do. You gotta have fools in the margins. If I would, if it's... Watch where you're going. They're fools under. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. He's just trying to keep order in the Abbey. I'm an outsider. I won't. The Abbot can't push me around. It will be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. He's just trying to keep order in the Abbey. I'm an outsider. Yeah. Right. An outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has to deal with you as you are. Interesting. Ow! That's my foot. Ah! Would you please? This guy fucking sucks. Fuck this guy. Yeah, you wish, son. Oh. All right. Ursula. Okay. Good morning, Ursula. Andor. Aww. She's just a little kid. She's just a baby. Time to get up. Alright, how do we do stuff? The Baron. April 1518. A few more pages. Back to the Abbey. A few more pages. From another day, another few pages for the Abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. Notice the, stylization. I think it's kind of interesting how they chose to make it readable in the modern, like, English, while also trying to stylize it in a medieval way. Cross town and head up to the Abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. Very nice. We have... Oh, wow. Okay. 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 We're at the Gertner farm. There's a lot of locations. Okay. People. Brother Piero of Verona, artist of Curacao Abbey, known for his kindness and helpful nature, Brother Piero is also respected as a master painter, specializing in works of extraordinary color. And Ursula, daughter of Peter and Clara, half-sister of Eva and Big George. Alright. Fostering. The imperial city of the Roman Empire. Alright. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptarian. Ooh, okay. Wait. This is Brother Frank, okay. Keeps giving me all these books. So the Picatrix is actually a book of magic. So is the Key of Solomon and the Heptameron. So these are all books of magic. It's interesting that these are what they want to talk about. Like, the Picatrix actually was translated into Latin after it was translated into Spanish, and like Old Spanish, Old Castilian, and then the Latin version was the one that sort of got remembered, but it comes from an Arabic book originally. Really should clean this up. Yeah, that's fair, buddy. I hear that. Trust me. Okay, so it's a point-and-click adventure. I do like that. Go ahead. Down to the Gertner house, I suppose. Okay, Ursula seems so sweet. So let's talk to Ursula. Under. She's so cute, chat. Okay, it moves with the click. That's fine. I can work with that. Oh, Clara. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually, thank you. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye. Oh, okay, I was like, some of the rye you like from the Albans. Alright. I was like, that was not spelled right. I like the correction. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Who's Otto? Okay, this guy is Otto. Alright. Okay. Oh, Otto stopped by. Oh. Yes, around dawn. Okay. You are Andres. That's too kind. I'm gonna be very nice in this one. Master Andres, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? 2 groschen? That's a lot of fucking groschen! A type of thick silver coin minted through the Holy Roman Empire. Groschen are typically worth 12 pfennigs, but may be minted at different values. Yeah, sounds about right. I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Oh boy. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual, I mean. Of course, it's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his fresh fur. I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. I gotta respond to this. Rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. Generous. It mill easily. Alright, well listen to Beatrice. On the other hand, she might think she can ask him for advances on that. Let's click on the Peter thing. That's Peter, okay. I think I can manage that. We're so grateful, truly, Andreas. I apologize again for asking. It's just awful to be stuck in such a position. Get harder to pay every year. Peter works hard, but it never seems like it's enough. Interesting. St. Luke bless you for helping us out. St. Luke! Yeah, the dog. Patron of artists and physicians, often represented by a winged... Oh, that's right, winged bull. So St. Luke is the bull. The evangelist. Artists and physicians. That's important. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. Divine office. The prayer times observed by all Christian monastic orders, yeah. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day and once at night, as directed by the rule of St. Benedict. So they're following the Benedictine rule. Makes sense. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. City Council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. Nice. And yes, when I do finish, I'll go back to Nuremberg where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. Good for you, Andreas. From Nuremberg to university, and now traveling the world as an artist. Okay, so we went to university. That's good. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it is. I feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after... What was I all about beforehand? A little too much fun, I think. A little too much fun. Must be rather frightening, starting all over again. It is, but I know that this is what I want to do. I owe it to my family to make something of my life. It is, but I know this is what I want to do. This will be remembered. Not many people get to decide that. Yeah, exactly. Certainly not anyone in Tassing. Yeah. I believe Tassing is a fictional place created for this game. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. Well, hard to say until it's done. It's getting there. I would say this as an artist. I gotta say, that's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. Thank you. Now I have to get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Vespers would be the evening. Yeah. One of many prayer hours. Yeah. Dusk prayer hour. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Klaus invited me for supper. Alright. I love the art. The art is so good. Laurus. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and read the Latin for every single one. But I am curious. This is the Pope. Princeps Pontificus in... oh, no. Archdiocese. Okay, so this must be the abbot, the bishop, actually. Princeps Pontificus. Of course, please say hello to Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Cloud. Alright! I'm gonna talk to Ursula one more time because she's cute. Oh, alright. Oh, I do need to speak to Peter. Andreas. Andreas? Oh, it's like a... ill Peter. God bless you. Andreas? Ah, oh yes, Andreas. This weather's been awful. This town's gone to shit since... God awful, oh my god. Were things very different when you were... as different as beer and... okay, so the same. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Perchta. Oh! Oh! Interesting. Okay, so he's a little... he's still got some pagan tendencies. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. Okay. Saint Mortiz is the head of Tassin. Legend states he was the Egyptian-born commander of... Oh, okay, the Egyptian Roman legionary who converted. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic. His hand is a relic in Kurosawa's shrine. Cool. This game looks so sick, Gathras. I'm very excited to play it. I'm gonna ask him. I thought Saint Moritz protected Tassin. There's a beer named after this guy in Spain. No, that's what I want to say, game. Yes, and Saint Satya too. But who do you think protected it before they came along? Interesting. One of Tassin's patron saints, Satya was a local pagan who converted to Christianity and miraculously aided Saint Moritz's soldiers with food in the dead of winter. She was martyred for her actions. The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassin. My father knew that. Old Ranning Kemper knew that. Rannig Kemper, the late husband of Attila, okay? I don't know who Attila is yet. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Okay, Ill Peter. Like the old widow Attila. Yes. She always hangs the door frame with lavender to keep the spirits out. I see. Yeah. Alright. God bless you. Interesting. Oh, that's the edge of the map over there. Look, we can sprint. Look at him go! Guy doesn't want to talk. That's fine. Oh, Big George! Alright. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Big George. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with a plow, and it took me, Lord knows how long to pull it out. I love how they do the, when they invoke the name of God in the text, it always takes a second and then shows how intense it is that they're doing it. You off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Where else would I be going? Damn, Andreas, I don't know. Just making conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Okay. The way I would say that is like, where else would I be going? Not like, where else would I be going? Oh well. Huh. It smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Oh. Where was it you spent your Wanderjahr? Oh, my wandering years, during which a journeyman artist or craftsman travels far and wide to improve their skills. Very good. Where did I do that? Basel? Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel, nearby Bern, Zurich, and Friedberg. Low Countries knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. Italy knows Italian, a little Greek. Oh, they did it. They got me with this one, chat. Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. Yeah, we did some traveling in Italy. Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy. No wonder your senses are dull. You went down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains, and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. Interesting. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big George. What did you spend all that time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. A hedonist. He's extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. Craftsman Andreas lives to work and dedicates all of his time to his art. Bookworm spends all his non-working time, free time, reading as many. I kind of want to be a scholar. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, fistfights. Businessman. Yeah, I think I want to be a scholar. Bookworm. Reading mostly. I'm talking about books. I couldn't get enough of it. Venice is filled with incredible printers. Florence continues to illuminate beautiful manuscripts. I'll click on these now. Venice, Florence, one of the most powerful republics in the Italian peninsula, sitting on the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea. Venice is a major center for commerce and art in southern Europe. Florence, home to the powerful Medici family who rules the city for centuries. Florence is known for its artistic patronage, hosting artists and thinkers including Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, and Machiavelli. Very nice. And the books they produce are treasures, every one. I didn't realize that books meant that much to you. Seen Father Thomas's Bible and other books. I haven't had much use for reading though. Yeah, I can imagine. There's Father Thomas. Interesting. Tomas. Anyway, I have to get going. George, let's go. That's already acting like I'm talking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Big George works hard. Works hard, chat. Alright, to the town commons. Oh my gosh. Endris, let's take a look at his forge, huh? Endris Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Interesting. Oh, Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? Sure, why not? Wonderful. I've got too many irons in the fire. Or rather, shoes. Horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, else they'll overheat, and I won't be able to work the metal. Uh-oh. I'm gonna burn myself. Here, take the shoe in the tongs. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil, and I'll hit it with the hammer. We're doing some smithing, chat. Good, good. Next one. Nice. Short work. Thanks for the help, Andres. I don't know what I was thinking, doing all of those at once. It would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. Yeah. Have you considered a child? Don't look at me, painting's hard enough. Have you considered an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at 'em. I bet you could get Bert Drucker. Ah! I love the kids in this game. It's cute. Ha! Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. See you not by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Until then. Okay, we got like a craftsman's dinner coming up. So we can follow the road wherever we want to go. Sheep and stuff. Oh. Veronica, Mark, please give me a hand here. Uh-oh. I'm keeping an eye on them. Oh, that looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for... Ooh! They keep invoking the Lord's name. Morning on it. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Oh. Perhaps helping others also helps us. It allows us to feel useful. Thanks. That idiot Mark, yell at him. Alright, we're gonna help. I don't know anything about sheep, they're probably just getting in their way. Is there something I can do to help? Have you ever handled sheep before? Well, Good point, good point. Oh look, there's something going on up at the Steinhauer's place. Oh. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. Oh, Martin. I don't know Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. I was gonna say God. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding. when Johann pulled his... Oh my god. Johann. Clara. We know Clara. Interesting. Interesting. Knock two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Ooh, a stonemason. You think he's noble? He looks really rich. Christ! Oh, god damn it, Martin. Stay out of it. Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Yeah. Come on, Martin. Oh, he's mad. Help your aunt and your cousin, alright? Eat shit, Andre. I'm just trying to be helpful. Jesus Christ. I can't believe I offended them by asking him to help. Jesus. Can't go that way. Okay. I want to check if there's anything. I'm wasting my time here, okay? Can't go that way. Okay, we're good. Listen, I am no road unchecked kind of gamer, you know, so I'm gonna check everything. Klaus! Oh no. How's it going, Andreas? Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Yeah. He speaks in riddles. Oh dear, you still coming by for supper tonight? Marie and Bert would love to see you. Marie? Bert? Ah, I love their little family. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition. Italian edition, you say? Till is the titular character of a popular 15th century book. Till is a prankster, continually exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He's also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. Great. Delicious. I didn't realize Father Thomas lets you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from heresy. Heresy? Sure, why not? Some of the things people are publishing these days would make a bishop's head spin. Or an abbot's. It doesn't take much with that one. I know, but at least I have to deal with him. But at least I don't have to deal with him much. Nice, nice. So supper tonight after Vespers? Of course, thank you. Great. See you later. Nice, nice, nice. We got that all figured out. Oh, it's... There he is. God bless Master Malva. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good, good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize. Stayed up too late on Saturday. I don't want to get into an argument about this. Okay. Going to church on Sunday was such burden. I apologize. You don't have to make a promise to me, but our salvation is contingent on it. Oh, it's this fuck. Illustrious visitor, Master Malik. This is Lorenz. Near Worms. Prosperous imperial free city on the western part of the empire, located on the Rhine River, Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. I believe this is a Baron Lorenz who, like, mysteriously died. Rothvogel. Lorenz, good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck. It was terribly dull. Capital of the Austrian county of Tyrol, and major stop on the Imperial Road connecting Italy to Bavaria. It is the closest major city to Kiersau Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of witch trials in 1485, of course. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place is crawling with nobles for the Emperor's Diet. Imperial Diet is an assembly of the 3 colleges of the Imperial Estates of the Holy Roman Empire: the Prince-Electors, the Princes and Dukes, and the representatives of the Imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the Empire. Yeah. Diet. The Emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. How was Venice, my lord? Lord, I lived there only a few years ago. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. Uh-oh, that's right. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian, in particular, is a god. No offense, father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kiersau. I hear Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. Father Matthias. Abbot of Kiersau before Father Guerneau, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as the people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. Alright. A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed, by good fortune, I recently came across a copy of the Historia Tassii, the history of Tassing. Yeah, history of Tassing. Kiersau's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothvogel brought another to the Abbey as a gift. He was reading during my last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Guerneau, and I have come to check on its progress. Okay. That's what he looks like. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mahler here. Oh, yes. Yeah, I still have to marry and be approved by our council. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey's scriptorium. See, scriptorium, that's what we were talking about earlier. Room for writing, illustrating, and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. A lot less writing going on. Because of the printing press. Would you believe? Just saying. The art is being lost a little bit. That's all I'm saying. A Nuremberg artist working in an abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Well, I'm already late to the abbey, but I suppose so. Surely my lord would find little, nod your head. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Oh, wow, what an asshole. Thank you for the introduction, Father Tomas. Come to supper at the Abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the Abbot's table. Did the Abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. I just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Oh, wow, this guy's an asshole. Fuck Lorenz. Excellent. We will see you then. I didn't want to piss anyone off yet. Niklaus, I am dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mahler. I'll meet you there. Oh, of course, he's gonna take his sweet time with me. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you were unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt University, very cool. Very cool. Erfurt is one of the most populous cities in the empire. It's located near its heart. It has been home to a respected university since 1379. Think about how early universities were around, chat. Some of the earliest ones were like the 11th century. And is a center for humanist thought. Humanism is probably not what you think, but it is very much like it very much has an origin in the arts you'll find in the 16th century. Erfurt, wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. Humanism, individualism is kind of tied to humanism in a way, and that's why you get people like Martin Luther. Priest and professor of theology at University of Wittenberg. Controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. I do read a lot of books. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Oh, Lorenz is Protestant. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Or at least the start of Protestant. Wait, you may have even met him. Did you? You must tell me. No, he was a few years ahead of me. His ideas do seem fascinating, that's all I'm going to say. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply just meet him. I'm a reader. His ideas seem fascinating. I haven't agreed yet. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. List of propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences for the remission of sin. It was written in 1517 by Martin Luther. Only 1 year ago, chat. Only 1 year ago. Father Matthias was not about having a lively debate. I hope Father Gano does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem well educated. Ha! No, my family is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all of the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus. Interesting choice of scholars here. Got Aristotle, the philosopher is what they would call him in a lot of works, because everyone in the Middle Ages fucking loved reading him. Renowned as a polymath, he wrote on a wide variety of subjects. His work is extensively cited by current scholars, and even more work is attributed to him than he could have ever written. True. Erasmus of Rotterdam, a Dutch priest and philosopher who is preeminent among northern humanists. Speaking of humanism, he is known for his works in Latin and Greek, as well as his calls for reform within the church. Cicero, statesman, scholar, lawyer, and renowned orator of the late Roman Republic, he is revered for his contributions to Latin literature and his skill at rhetoric. And Ficino, an Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations of the works of Plato into Latin. So the reason I think they chose for this character to talk about Aristotle, Erasmus, Cicero, and Ficino specifically is because they change things. They have new ideas about things, which is kind of scary in the 16th century. And I say that because different ideas about things could really put you against the church. If it is desired not to something to be carried out, it is not against using violence against some of those before something. Anyway, like I said, I'd read some of the Latin for you guys. Violentium. Interesting. Those who do something, it's not, there's some, not like, it should not be adverse, it should not be against using violence against those or some who do something. Interesting. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. Interesting. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. Why is Andreas so relatable? I started working toward a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Whoa, what was your area of study? Ooh, theology has a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Imperial law knows the basics of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. We're from Italy, sort of. Like, we spent time in Italy. I think we're probably... And we did a lot of reading. My guess is we're going to be... I think we should be an expert in theology. Also, I know a bit more about theology than the Holy Roman Empire itself, so let's do it. Let's do theology. Common study at the time. Theology, as odd as that may seem. Not odd at all. It's a good field of study if you want a position in the church. My late uncle was the abbot of Fulda. I spent many hours reading the manuscripts in their library with his permission. Town built around an old Benedictine abbey near the center of the empire. Fulda's abbots are imperial princes and wield great power. He was a pious enough man, I suppose, but he wielded great power from that abbey. Oh, Tilla, you! If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Oh! Curse you, Lorenz Rothvogel. Perched as dogs tearing you to pieces would be too kind to fate. Oh my! That's me right now. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. This guy sucks. Like, I find his sort of artsiness interesting, but he sucks. What of your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? Why, yes, of course. The trivium and quadrivium represent the lower and upper divisions of a classic liberal arts university education. This is all true. Latin, grammar, logic, and rhetoric form the trivium. Arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy form the quadrivium. Did you have a favorite subject? Ooh. There's a strong command of Latin, grammar, and vocabulary. You can also easily recall sententiae antiquae, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republic and Empire. Yeah. Logician. Instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it. Is adept at spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. No. Orator. Excelled at rhetoric in university. He's a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Oh no. I think I might know what I have to choose. An occultist. Oh, remember when we talked about magic earlier? Like, you could study those books, like the Picatrix and shit like that. A soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. The heavens and earth. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Oh man. Skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker, or am I a Latinist? I think I'm stuck between orator and Latinist. Oh, chat. Oh, man. The Latinist in me wants to choose Latinist, but the teacher in me wants to choose orator. I read a lot of books. Let's go with Latinist. I focused on Latin. It's useful in so many ways, but especially for understanding manuscripts. Yep. Wonderful. A beautiful language used in the greatest empire of the ancient world. Tell me, what is your favorite sententia? Which is like, yeah, commonly understood moral maxims, typically originating from ancient Rome or Greece. They may be employed as a sort of quasi-logical, rhetorical shorthand among educated audiences. Yep. Very cool. That one. Yes, Cato the Younger, an unflinching defender of the Roman Republic. But what did his principles get him? Death at the hands of Caesar. Not quite true. He died by his own hand. And when Caesar learned of it, he said, Cato, I resent you for your death, for you denied me the chance to spare you. A bitter end, but not without a measure of sweetness. And your other studies, was there anything else you excelled at? Oh. I'm a sub-orator. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Problem solved. The art of persuasion, naturally. Rhetoric. I assume you studied the Greeks and Romans both. Yeah, Aristotle and Cicero, of course, but also Christian thinkers like Augustine and Thomas Aquinas. Very cool. St. Augustine of Hippo, yeah. Early Christian philosopher, theologian, and bishop of Hippo Regius. He is recognized as a doctor of the church and is mostly known for his works, The City of God, and his autobiographic confessions, as well as his development of the doctrine of original sin. Interesting thing about Augustine, for those of you who aren't like religious and don't know very much about the church fathers and stuff, Augustine wasn't big into his faith until he was like 40 years old, 30 or 40 years old, and he was kind of like a playboy before that. And so in his sort of confessions and his City of God, he talks a lot about forgiveness. Which is really interesting. And then Thomas Aquinas was philosopher, theologian, and he had this argument about why God exists in like the 14th century by saying that you can observe God through the movement of things, which he based on Aristotle, who said there must be a large mover that moves things. Anyway, you don't need all that philosophy stuff, but I think it's cool when we talk about this stuff when you have someone like Thomas Aquinas mentioned. They don't give him enough stuff here. An immensely influential philosopher, theologian, and jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. That doesn't mean anything to any of you. That's why I sort of expanded on that. He's sort of a naturalist. He talked a lot about like observing the world around you, but for him, observation was the way to prove God existed. True, we have less use for public discourse than senators did in the Roman Republic. Exactly, the doctors of the church weren't trying to persuade politicians, but to move the mind toward Christian truth. Still, the principles remain the same. Invent your arguments, then arrange, style, and internalize them before delivering them to your audience. Splendid, though I suppose an artist has little use for rhetoric, especially in a place such as this. Not true, rhetoric is also an art. And like other forms of art, it should be created for the audience and its purpose. It can be practiced as easily in the streets of a rural town as in the Curia of Rome. I don't think we'd really have to do that. Though outshone by its northern neighbor Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. Well put. There's the Abbey. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Kirsau at all? My family have been patrons of Kirsau for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago I heard that Kirsau still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript reproduction. I think he meant production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Well, there's not much left of it these days. 2 old men, a young scribe, and me. This is as good a place as any to create art. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. Well, Kirsau is more than a bit old-fashioned. Some of my friends think I'm mad for commissioning a manuscript from an abbey in this day and age. Well, my family have been patrons of Kirsau for generations. It seems wrong to stop now while there's still talent here. And like some amazing manuscripts came out of this time period because it had been so perfected by those few who were still doing it. Through Father Gurnau a year ago, I thought it would stop and check by on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. 20 illustrations! Bastard. I know the work, but no. I do know the artist well, the venerable Brother Piero. That's why. He's an artist, Brother Piero. We found that out earlier, so it makes sense that he's working on a book with 20 illustrations. That's 20 entire... That's so many fucking pages, Lorenz. You know how many animals died for that vellum, assuming it's a manuscript not made out of paper, because it probably isn't made out of paper, that is. How venerable. Still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color, and I very much look forward to seeing it. Guys, I'm like loving this game. This is awesome. Klaus, tend to the horses and baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Ooh! Reverend Mother? The sisters... Oh, they don't, of course, be looking at the nuns, yeah. Nuns. Quite unusual for Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. That's like half true. There are actually quite a few co-convents where nuns and monks live close to each other. There was some concern about having nuns and monks live close to each other, so, like, but there were some that did. He says quite unusual. Unusual is fine, yeah. That's not like, it's not the most common thing. The Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. Yeah, those are all important things, yeah, for these monks. The church closed most of them centuries ago. Ah, that would be why. I'm a bit earlier in my specialty, which would make sense. Hirsau is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. I'm very pointed. I want to know what's going on. We're acquainted. Yes. Let's leave it at that. Interesting. There's so many characters. I'm Lorenz, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rochvogel. He speaks in fucking... I love it. He speaks in Gothic script. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Well, yes. I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas! I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium. Now. Of course, Father, I'm eager to get to work. Why are you taking this out on me? He's not my problem. This is a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the... Oh, I'm doing the Book of Hours? I wanted to know what I was doing. I'm working on a Book of Hours. That's so cool. A type of illuminated manuscript that contains an abbreviated form of the prayers for the Divine Office, in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Yes, yeah. There's some really, really beautiful blue books of hours. Like, there's one in France that's just incredible, or from France, that's just, like, has these just incredible art pieces of different times of the year and all that good stuff. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. This is a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the Book of Hours. Of course, Father. Then get to work! Damn. Shit, I should have asked him about an advance for the Gertner's taxes. Oh! Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. Oh, okay. Oops. Find a way to get paid. Oh, no, I really should have asked him. Here we have the map now. Oh, wow, okay. You know, St. Moritz would be good right now because I do need some help, you know, considering I'm an artist and stuff. Let's see if I can get some help at the shrine. Oh, it's his fucking relic hand, chat! Also, I love Gertrude. Look at Gertrude. How goes your work in the scriptorium? It could be better. Would it make you happier if I told you Agnes Steinerin received some saffron? Yes. Saffron? At this day and age? Really? Where'd you hear that? That's some valuable shit. Sister Matilda saw her at the Albans. Okay. We have different sisters. Maybe you can convince Prior Frank to get some for your yellows? Saffron would be good for yellows, yeah. How's Mousefanger? She's around here somewhere, hopefully getting to the baby rabbits before Sister Matilda does. Till later, Sister Gertrude. I love Sister Gertrude. Maybe I'll see you. This is more of like an unseal for a lot of the writing. It's a little bit less gothic. More of like a shorthand at this point. God bless you. So like, this is like, I wonder if it's to represent like High German and Low German, actually, I'm realizing. Like, when they're speaking in the Gothic dialect, are they meaning to speak High German? And then when they're speaking in like Gertrude's dialect? That might be the case, because like I think they would do that sometimes in manuscripts too. God bless you, Brother Piero? No, wait. Oh, she's blind. It's Master Mahler. I thought you couldn't see, Sister Margaret. During the day, I can see some colors. How did you know it was me? You and Brother Piero both smell of the pigments you use. Oh, that's... Wow, that's so cool. But you're taller, and you have another smell to you, like fish or burned almonds. Oh, that's old linseed oil, popular among the Italians, but Brother Piero doesn't use it. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool little detail. I'll ask Sister Gertrude about it. How are Sister Gertrude's herbs coming? It's too early to tell. Most of them won't be grown until May. Still, working with herbs suits me. I love the different little cool details. Have a good day, Sister Margaret. Like, based on your background. Brother Matthew maintains a shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. Oh, yeah. If you come to a place like this, you'll get a pilgrim badge. And some of them are... I love his glasses. That's awesome. Some of them are... like really risque. Like you'd get like a dick as your little pilgrim badge. If you want to know more about that, I could go more into it, but you know, if not, I don't have to. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. Who have once held the Holy Lance. The lance that pierced Christ's side. Also called the Spear of Destiny or the Lance of Longinus. Longinus. It is the lance that pierced Jesus' side on the cross. Many legends surround the lance, and several places claim to possess it. Yep. In fact, we talked about that when I played Age of Empires 2, doing the Antioch mission as Bohemund. Same lance. Also, wait, before I... Look at that. Santos, that's the saint with the lance in his hand. And I love this little detail. He's wearing medieval stuff. Like, he's wearing medieval armor and things, but this is a Roman legionary. So, like, they didn't have, like, a sense of, like, how things had changed necessarily in terms of physical things. So, like, a lot of the, like, Roman, like, the depictions of these characters or the saints or things like that, they'd have, like, medieval garb, like armor. In this case, he has, like, plate armor on, which I think is really cool. I want to go to the convent garden and talk to some nuns. Ah, feverfew. It always smells so fresh. Ah, Sister Matilda. Ah, God bless you, Master Mahler. Sister Matilda, how are you doing? Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's necessary to perform our work. Okay, that's the abbess. Ah, forgive me. Sorry to bother you. Thank you, Master Mahler. Okay. Passing is like you have so much wordwork naturally growing. I had to buy it back in Nuremberg. After the many tailed foil, it grows easy. It grows so easy, some consider it a weed. Thinking of Lord of the Rings. Keep the garden well. Is that a cat? Mousefanger, the mouse catcher. Oh. I could be here all day. I want to pet the kitty. Oh. Oh, it's precious. Look at that precious kitty, chat. Look at it. Sorry. Okay, I'll talk to Sister Sophie. God bless you, Master Marlowe. How are things going in the nun's kitchen? I mean no offense, Master Marlowe, but I cannot speak with men. Ah, my apologies. God bless you. And you as well, sister. I really probably shouldn't be speaking to the nuns right now, but I got shit I want to find out. I want to see if I can get my yellows, you know, chat? Who's that? Oh, Hildegard. Of course it's Hildegard. Of course it's Hildegard. Saint Hildegard of Bingen was a Benedictine abbess, visionary, mystic, and prolific writer on a variety of subjects from theology to musical composition to medicine. And yeah. I mean, she was quite original at the time. Like, there weren't a lot of women who sort of took as much sort of. Her relationship with God was essential to her, like, getting autonomy, and the way that she saw her relationship with God and everything. Men, at least. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I think. I don't know what I thought I was gonna do coming to the nuns area. I'll talk to Cecilia. See if I can. God bless you, Andrea. She speaks in the High German, I think. Is that something I can help you with? You see to the sisters when I walked up with the Baron. What concern is it of yours? You said much in saying nothing, and now I will say even less. God, good day, Andres. Interesting. She revealed a lot right there. The orator perk, very nice right there. I like that. Okay. Okay, so the nuns don't want to talk to me right now. I get it. Listen, wait. What's this way? This door must lead to the rest of the convent. Not for me. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's stop bothering the nuns. Oh. We're not gonna go to the cloister just yet, because I imagine the scriptorium's in the cloister. And that's where we'll probably continue. Oh, the loquarium. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Rudiger. God bless you. Again, the High German? Has your voice yet recovered from Easter Mass, Rudiger? Oh yes. It was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. Oh, he's the cantor. He's the cantor. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Crypt, tower. I mean, we could go to the crypt. Probably some more cool info in here. I'm sorry, I just have to look at all the historical stuff. I cannot help myself. Foundation of Abbey, when built, the Romans occupied this land not long after the death of Christ. Yeah? These tomb markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the abbey. I like the art. The stylization of medieval art is so good here. Abbot Dietrich, from the height of Kearsaw's power in the 14th century. Those days have long passed. A lovely relief of the Virgin and Child. Shame it's hidden down here. No, that's nothing special. Whoa. Now what? Whoa! A secret entrance to the library? I'll have to remember this. Interesting. Okay, there's a secret entrance to the library. We will keep that in mind. And, oops, the tower. Just the bells. And a view. Beautiful view. Beautiful view. We don't want to be up there when those bells go off. Old Bailey. Hey, it's Brother Matthew. I love his little glasses. How's the sacristy today, Matthew? The same as yesterday. He's the sacrist. Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Mahler? Absolutely not. I've studied in theology. Even though I did not complete my theological studies, I understand the importance of the sacrist. Your understanding is appreciated. The treasures of the Abbey remain secure. Thank you for your inquiry. God be with you. Yeah, the sacrist is gonna keep... One more thing. I have a favor to ask you. Yes, Andreas. Somebody give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gernot. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. I only have a few pages left, Brother Matthew. I'll finish them in the next few days anyway. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your wages. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble, not only for Kirsau, but for Tassing as well. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the Gertners? What is this about, Andres? Gertners have asked for their rent early, so they can pay their taxes to the abbey. I could not have expected Peter Gertner, of all people, to beg a lodger for help. His wife asked me. That must have been difficult for her. I'm sorry, Andreas. If you seek remedy to the Gertner's situation, plead your case to Father Gernot. The matter is pressing, Brother Matthew. In the name of Christian charity, isn't there anything you can do? Persuade. This is money I would be paid eventually, and it'll be a great relief to the Gertners. Yeah! Yeah, we made him happy! Oh, yeah. All right. Very well. Do not ask me of it again, Andreas Mahler. Here you are. I shall note this with Father Gernot and Prior Ferrand. Thank you, Brother Matthew. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, we got paid! I can give Clara the rent early. Then come to the Mass. Oh god, of course, my apologies. Thank you, Master Mahler. The Old Bailey. Oh, there's the scriptorium. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Like, there's so many places to go. Alright, I should probably go to the scriptorium. Actually, I did tell that lady I was gonna pay her, so I should probably go pay her. What? Oh! Cool. Brother Sebhat, I'm surprised to see you still here. As I am, but I'll be returning to Rome. And my bishop, and my bishop regret that you could not reciprocate Father Rodolph's generosity earlier. That we could not reciprocate. He showed much kindness to our priest at the Council of Constance many, many years ago. Will you remain in Rome? That is up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. You should travel to Ethiopia. I knew he was from Ethiopia, Master Mahler, and see the highlands. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. I would love to someday. I still need to go return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you're over in Rome, I may still be around. Interesting. Okay. I've only made it far south as Florence, but I'd like to see Rome. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it'd be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I am accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like these, but I've had kind words with the baker and his wife. Oh yes, the Albans, Ulrich and Gret. I offered to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. I can certainly make time. Thank you, Andreas. I look forward to it. God give you help. Nice. Oh, the refectory. Oh my god, there's so much to explore. I need to go... Okay, I need to go, like, give Clara the money, right? We're not gonna go to the forest right now. We're just gonna... Or the mill. Oh my god, there's so much to do. Okay. First things first is paying our rent. We gotta do things right. And to do things right, we gotta pay our rent. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, chat? Is that one of those things I could have used the map for? Brickner Farm. This should be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe the inn. Andreas, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. Oh, I'm such a religious geek. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Oh, Andreas, thank you. How did you even get so much coin? Are you sure you'll have enough to spare? I can move. Don't worry about me, Clara. I'll be fine. Oh, well, if you're sure. Thank you, Andreas. You don't know what this means to us. Wrap it up, Clara. It's the Christian thing to do. You're a good man, Andreas. Thank you. I'll let you move on with your day. God bless you. Until later. We have paid our taxes in full. Give me just a moment while I use the restroom. I'm pretty happy with that, but we gotta go get to that scriptorium and work on our pages. Making spilling shit everywhere. And we're back. I accidentally spilled some chips on the ground that I desperately need to vacuum later, but here we are. Okay, can we map travel? No. Oh, wow. Okay, that's fine. I just gotta run back to the scriptorium. What's up, Hero Viking? We're playing Pentiment, as you know. I'm Andreas Mahler, an artist who is working on a book of hours for the Abbey of Tassing. And I'm well studied in theology and Latin, and I've spent some time in Italy during my studies, and I studied rhetoric and Latin. I think I said that already. Anyway, I just paid off my rent, and I'm going back up to the Abbey to work in the scriptorium to do my job. I think a nice quick way there would be through the cloister. There's so many places, like, I haven't even gone everywhere. Florian. Oh, who do they like? St. Luke, patron of artists and the patron of healers. Oh, God bless you, Andreas. Brother Florian, how are you? The brothers and sisters are well, so I am well, thank God. And, Andreas, have you spoken to Klaus Drucker lately? Yes, quite recently. Why? I believe he may be receiving a medical text from Bologna soon. I am quite interested in it. Oh, okay. One of the largest cities in Italy. It also had a crazy good school of healing, like, which is why he brings it up, School of Medicine. Center of Arts for centuries, it houses a well-known university, which was home to both Dante and Petrarch. There you go. I'm quite interested in it. Of course I know what it is, because I'm from Italy. Okay, so can you read Italian? Ah, no, little Italian, and my Latin is not as good as I would like. I'm good at both of those things. I was hoping Brother Piero could help me with it, if he has the time. I'm sure he'll make time. He is a patient teacher. That he is. I will see you later, Andreas. Until then. I read Latin, or Italian. Most of the medicines were made by Agnes Stannard with some help from Sister Gertrude. Cool. What up, what up? Large. We have a garden in the cloister? I wonder what recipes the brothers have for peas! I just made pea soup the other day. Oh. Lucas. Oh, Andreas. How goes it in the kitchen? Is Brother Woslav working you hard? Nice. The character art is great. Not too bad. Brother Woslav is nice to me. Father Abbot and Brother Prior who make things hard. How so? I shouldn't complain. They just like their food a certain way, and I'm not good at cooking yet. I'm sure Brother Woslav will teach you well in time. Brother Idak complains about his food, but he complains to Brother Woslav. The art, again, I love their faces. He's from Cornwall. Interesting. What does he know about food? He's from Cornwall. I don't even know where that is. It's a land to the west, across the sea, where all they eat is fish. Sounds miserable, but that's always what he complains about, the fish. He just likes to complain, I think. Don't lose heart, Brother Lucas. You're still learning. Thanks. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Good for Lucas. He'll become a good cook in time. Now, is there any saffron in here for my colors? No. I just need to get to the scriptorium, which I think is intentionally not easy to get to at this point. Anyway, here's the scriptorium. Hey, it's my homie, Brother Piero. Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. That's the second person who said that. Big George Gertner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. It's true. That's so cool. I had that conversation earlier in the game, and I reference it here. Brother Idak has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Oh my god. He looks so angry. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Mauled by bears, weren't they? Because I'm a theologian, I know. She-bears. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Idak? I'm comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord and his... You know why this is in red? I realized this, like, now. Is they'd put the Lord's name in, like, better lettering and capitalize. You see that, like, the capitals, quote-unquote, the first letter, to really make it important, because we're talking about God here. It's a very important character, as it were. You're too sensitive to Guy's joke. Oh, everything's been fine. I suppose that means Brother Frank is not overseeing us today. He was here, but he then heard Lorenz Rothbard ride and hurried out like a little mouse. People don't like Lorenz. Interesting. Frank is desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothvogel. It's pathetic. It's shameful. Oh no. This manuscript. I just realized they want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course that's why he's visiting. Oh, Brother Piero. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much. Oh, he's kind of an asshole. Guys, I'm gonna go stand where Piero is, and the young one will stand where you are now. Mors etiam Daphnidi Siculu Wenet. Death also came to Daphnis of Sicily. As the inventor of pastoral poetry. In stories, he was the son of Hermes and Nymph, and he died young, the victim of a jealous Naiad. Alright. It's a problem. Very just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothvogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freezing. Oh no. Religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including lands containing Tassin and Kirsal Abbey. Of course, Idak cares a lot about that. Kirsal is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with our attention. Well, Friar Fennec isn't here. I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Hell yeah, we're working on our masterpiece. In der Mauer. A prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy and Austria. Okay. What do you want, Andreas? Zidane. A book. The In der Mauer manuscript. The Book of Hours. Yep. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? What do you mean? I mean, did you sleep alone, or... Oh! Why do you want to know? It would be nice to have something to think about during divine... The nun's flirting with me, chat! Listen, my character had a... Have you considered the Lord? Can I just get the book? Can't you get by without it? Really? My feet hurt. The stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminati to get it. Oh my god. Oh my... Andreas needs help by a book and I don't know where it is. Oh. Andreas. Sister, I'd like to borrow the Intermemorance, the Book of Hours. It's overheard. Here, please return it promptly. The nuns watch over the library. Interesting. Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Oh my god! Okay, beautiful. There's a joyful spirit in the arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice. Rich and beautiful in their own, but not overpowering the scene. It doesn't feel right. I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. You mean it's all my work? My son, you're copying the illustration from the In der Mauer manuscript almost exact. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes, it's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gernot. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted! Oh my god, I'm stubborn. But is it not? But it is not the way November is. Oh, brother Piero. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form. This man's an artist, chat. This man's an artist. These images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. What will it say to those who see it in the future generations, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions, they are just the thoughts of one old monk. There's no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Why has Kearsarge kept it for so long? Some people, some places have a difficult time letting go of the past. I am not among them. The creation of books of art is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. Brother Piero is my favorite character. Most people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in doing so, be brought to truth. I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Idok. And Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas. But you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life. I'm happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Ah, these old monks just living their best lives. Where's the time gone? It's already terse. Okay, that's one of the calls to prayer. Monastic hours at 9 a.m. One of the little hours of prayer. Terce precedes mass and the chapter meeting. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. The Rule of St. Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living under the guidance of abbot, written in the 6th century. The Rule provides the principles for living a monastic life. I've actually read some of the Rule. It's pretty simple stuff. It's like, don't be an asshole. Only eat meat on certain days. If you're sick, drink wine and eat some meat, but otherwise you'll be good. Oh, balls. What? What? What was that? What's going on in here? Excuse me? Hello? Andreas, what was that noise? I'm sorry, I knocked a bowl of paint to the floor. Then Prior Ferenc came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. He's in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut? Prior Ferenc should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. I fully agree. Delicate or not, all books should be treated with utmost care. Yeah. Many contain precious wisdom that can aid even the unenlightened in growing closer to God. They should be protected and cared for. why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. You're still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara. The Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082. Written by the... that's cool. That's cool. No, anger is not an appropriate response for none. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid. Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the greatest Irish scribes? The one who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz? Large, powerful Cologne. It is in the Netherlands. It also popular site for pilgrims, as its cathedral contains relics of the three wise men, represented as crowns on their arms. Also now home to the biggest cathedral ever. So Fulda, town built around an old Benedictine abbey near the center of the empire. Fulda's abbots are imperial princes and wield great power. And then Mainz, Rhine River, home Archbishop of Mainz, an elector of the Holy Roman Empire, and Primus Germaniae, the Pope's substitute north of the Alps. Curious. No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work, or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, with all this fuss about Lorenz Rotbogle, why is Prior Frank so nervous? Lorenz? I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the prior and father abbot have. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years, and he paid enough to help the abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibility to attend to. Now, how about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Of course. But anyway, I can. Thank you. It's for the good of the abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I'll tell you what books I'm looking for, find them, and return them to me. First books are 2 volumes of the Aeneid. Alright! We're looking for the Aeneid, which was copied a lot, which is why we have 2 volumes of it. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches? Oh, I know the ones. They're among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. They're not his to keep. Oh my god, that's fair. I'm not aware of these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make the copies. Oh my gosh! Makes love to her. Leaves. Oh my god. How long was that? 3 years. Oh my god, the Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Oh! Wait, this is so cool! Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover. I know. Italium non fonte secum. I do not go to Italy willingly. Not make you for a scholar of Roman poetry, Andreas. The word sit easily in my memory. I'm not sure why. Probably out of love rather than duty. Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero. We all have our vocations, whether Piero takes his more seriously than most of the orders of his abbey. Get those gains! Oh, all right. Thank you for redeeming the push-ups, Hero Viking. I was totally immersed here. You take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I don't have a choice in my vocation. You women do. It's true. You can't take pride. In the City of Ladies, Christine de Pizan defended women of all classes by showing their value to society. Of course, I'm well read. One of the most renowned female authors of Western Europe, Christine was a court writer for 3 dukes. She's well known for the Book of the City of Ladies and The Treasure of the City of Ladies. Works that defended women and offered advice to women of all backgrounds. An admirable effort, but even if we do exactly as we are told, we are portrayed as vehicles of sin. Ooh, interesting. Illuminata is kind of big into, yeah, alright. I like Illuminata. Big fan. Oh my gosh. Temptress is seducers by virtue of our sex, even when men are the aggressors. Oh my god! Look at her go. Go, Illuminata. Even in the Abbey, we must travel in pairs, lest we tempt the brothers. Or others. And here, in these pages, Virgil casts Ditto as Aeneas' seducer, though it was the gods that thrust her into his arms. Like Ditto, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that, from the empress to a nun. It is our lot. Suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You tell him, Illuminata. Now, the books, if you please. Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick and do those push-ups for you, Hero Viking. Gotta make sure, like, you get, you know, they'll redeem those things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. I did arms yesterday. My arms are definitely feeling it. All right. All right, back to work. And by work, I mean talking to Sister Illuminata, who is so interesting. Thank you. Next, Wretched Guerin. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I saw it over there. Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea de Barberino in the early 15th century. A titular character rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discover his noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. Do not have the size in the ledger. Hopefully this description is enough. Brother Idoc was reading it. There it is. I love that we're learning about, like, storytelling. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amadea Rusco of Lugano. It is a Venetian edition. Highly contested Swiss market town located in the southwestern Alps. The Dukes of Como and Milan fought for control over it until it was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. That is only 5 years ago in this storyline. Venetian edition. It's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. Baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, and lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You forgot the best part. In the end, Guerin learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictine should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. Redemption will still be waiting for them when they put down the book. Yes, always, but they still must choose redemption. Should we go on sinning so grace will increase? Of course not. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, nor you are all one, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. Paul's words can be hard to recall when you're suffering because of your station in life. And yet Paul says that women must obey men. Even the Gospels can't free us from the bondage of our place in life. I like that one. This world is not the same as the world that follows, Andreas. Perhaps if you had continued to study theology, you would have learned that distinction. But the book, Andreas, we must return it, or would you like the abbot to receive a fourth letter? I understand. I'd hate to loan a book and never get it back. It would be like losing a limb. Well, perhaps a small limb, or my little finger. Regardless of the size and importance of the body part in question, I understand and appreciate it. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadea Rusco's property. The book, please. Illuminata is my favorite character. There's only one book left. I already said that about Brother Piero. This is just written really well. You must be free, then you will be freed from bondage. Dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches long. What is it? The description should be sufficient. I don't know why you won't tell me, but that's alright. I'll find it. Brother Guy was reading it. Now that I think about it, he has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good. Please bring it here. What is this, anyway? Huh. Amour. Maybe I should have learned French at some point. Oh, I don't know French, so I can't talk about this one. What is this? Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Interesting. I love books too much. Curiosity can be a dangerous thing, Andreas, especially in a place like this. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. Interesting. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? 200 years ago. What? Why? Why is it still here? Look at his face. Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. And he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their content is in question. Yeah, no, yeah. The Holy Church does not share your opinion. It is their law that we must contend with, not your emotions. I'm gonna fume silently. Look at him squinting. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision. When Father Gano learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. No one even knows it's here while I do. So do Mother Cecilia and Father Gano. Okay. Fine. Said that he buys books from the Abbey. What kind of how long has he been visiting the Abbey? As a copy, I was looking for another to verify its contents. Do you know anything about the book? I've heard of it, but I have never read it, and I know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land, which I might be an expert in. What about that could have upset Father Matthias so much? What do you know about the Romans and Tassing? I have no proper education on the subject. I only know the folklore passed between the locals and this community. And, of course, the miraculous life of St. Moritz is intertwined with that of the colony. But you can always ask Brother Matthew about the saint, the story he's told hundreds of times. What do you think about the legend? I've read many lives of saints. The legends we have written and spoken about Moritz are quite familiar. Do you question their validity? Ideas transcend text, transcend stories. The legends are instruments to inspire us. God knows the saints' virtue. Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. I don't know why you were poking around down there like a grave robber, but that entrance isn't for you. The lords of the old keep must have had it built to escape in times of siege. Allows the sisters to access the library without distracting the brothers. Please do not abuse this knowledge. Maybe I could abuse it a little. Nope. Don't. That's the bell for Sext. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. I should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the abbey. Okay. Dinner with Otto and Entris. Okay. Cool. I'd say that went pretty well. I like that he puts his little hat on when he's outside. You gotta cover your head from, you know, the air. Chapter house. Oh! Oh my god! That's so cool. A dance of death and an artistic allegory on the constancy of death. I was wondering. The illustrations often feature people from every station of society to communicate that dance. A dance macabre, everyone. To communicate that death inevitably claims everyone, from the peasant to the emperor. You got it. It's gotta be in here. It makes sense in the time period. So like, you'll notice, like, different features about these characters. Brother Matthias seemed like a cool dude, but, like, these are all people from different walks of life, but they all go to death eventually. Dope. Martin, what the fuck are you doing here, ass? Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? Not really. What are you doing? Mind your own business. I'm only curious, and curiosity, you're nothing but a sun-up and a windbag. Piss off. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Oh. What's going on in the guest house, bud? Why are you looking through the window? I'll be with you on this. Good day, Master Mahler. Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Andres. Otto, Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. I'm hungry. Let's pray. Nice. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. How did the morning treat you? Not too bad, thanks. I hurt my damned hand splitting timber to replace a bad beam in the abbot's house. Do I eat almonds, rye bread, sheep's milk? Galls me. The abbot bleeds us dry, and we're expected to do work here when it suits him. Oh. I'll have bread and cheese first. Standards. Oh, it's not all that bad. I get a lot of good work from the Abbey. Casting pilgrims' badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. Delicious. Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron Rothbuggle in the meadow on your way up here. What's that all about? He was, though Father Matthias had some misgivings about the Baron. He fools around with young women. Oh, no. And it isn't Christian to spread rumors like that. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back, old Ranig. May he rest in peace. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. But he didn't mention anything about that. What did you talk about then? I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Martin Luther, my time at university, a variety of other things. I'm honest. Sure, I imagine you have a lot of time to read when you don't have to worry where your next meal is going to come from. This bitterness and envy are no good of our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Andres. No one would get away with what he does, what this Abbey does. Oh my god, no offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books that the Abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the Abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. Oh, I like that. The church is supposed to be our shepherd. When they act as our lords, it's hard to see how they're helping us. No, I understand. I see. That's why I studied theology. Oh, Otto, did you see that? The Bower sheep escaped the grazing fields again? No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it. Ah, Martin didn't fix the fence. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in Tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. Interesting. On top of that, he's a damned thief. And before you say it, Andrus, that's more than just gossip. Look at him. Over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. He has time to change. I've never known a thief to change, but maybe his responsibilities will make a man out of him. Speaking of, the Bower's sheep, their ewes are shorn, and the women will be spinning it soon. Otto, I got it, and there's no need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. Like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Endris. Oh, Andreas, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Of course. I should return to work in the scriptorium until later. Nuns, we're back at work. We have eaten. Time to get back to work, Martin. What? I like the horses. It's like very... It's all like art. It's the manuscript art. It's so good. Whoa! What's going on here? God bless you, Andreas. I love Brother Matthew. I like all the characters. Just the character design. I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Curso Sacris, I attend to the shrine of Saint Moritz. He is the patron of Tassing and Kearsarge both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. The martyrdom of Saint Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You are familiar with the life of Saint Moritz, are you not? I've been reading more about saints from far off. I'm surprised you have neglected Tassing's patron then. He was born in Egypt. You ought to learn something about him while you're here. Something about him while you're here. By all means. Saint Moritz is the most widely known for his martyrdom at the at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn, he and his legion were decimated. You mean annihilated? Because technically decimation means 1 of every 10. I'm gonna be an asshole about it, because it literally does mean 1 of every 10. From Decimus. I'm sorry. I had to. Anyway, he said his legion. Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. None of the pilgrims visit come knowing any of this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates Saint Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Yes, I've been hearing about some of the pagan history in town. Saint Moritz came here. Indeed, he and his legion were snowed in to this pass, and the townsfolk refused to aid him. The daughter of the town's leader, Satya, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruit. They banged! They banged, chat! Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. What happened to Satya? She too was martyred for her faith by the rebels inhabiting the town. Now her shrine protects Tassing from harm. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Matthew. You are welcome, Master Mahler. God bless you. I've been such a nice dude, except for when I just corrected him about the word Decimus. Excuse me for being a Latinist. That's all I have to say. I love this little dude. Oh, hello, Andres. Hello, Carl. You seem busier than usual today. I'm behind in my work. I went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long. Now I need to catch up. Your dedication to St. Moritz is very impressive. Oh, well, truth be told, I only started going to the shrine more often when Helena became pregnant. Interesting, must be his wife. My mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Moritz's hand and Satya's shrine to pray for their aid. I hope that the saints hear your prayers. Thank you, Andreas. So do I. Yeah. I hope the best comes to that guy, frankly. Go through the church, I guess. He's singing! And he sounds great. Okay. We might just have to go to the library on another time. What time is it? 12:30? Okay, I do have work today, so I'd have to go do that at some point. Back to work. Brothers. Brother Idoc, this work. I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Brother Prior, I am working to the best of my abilities, and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent. Praise be to God. And Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally, you're so reliable. Any apologies, Brother Prior? I will work harder. Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on his progress, and this is all you have? You should have finished this months ago. Uh-oh. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Well, you're not the one who will have to answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. Brother Frank, but I believe your point is made. Andreas, I'll remind you that I am the master of the scriptorium and you are a guest here. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow. You are insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh God, give me patience to endure. Please, everyone, this is my work, and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenc is right. Wow. Oh, no. Prior Ferenc, is this mine? It must be, yes? It is, my lord. I can No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way and I have to be honest. I expected more. It's nowhere near finished and the style is, well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity towards Kirsal is being taken advantage of. Am I a fool in this sad story? No, of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this, of course. Of course. We only want to accommodate you. Ah, Andreas, good to see you again. Conflicts. The abbot already seems annoying. Just nod. Don't irritate the abbot. Simply address him as my lord would be appropriate. Greet him with his Christian name. You are brothers and comrades in arms. It acknowledges me without being over. Why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy complete it if speed is your concern? No, I'm not talking about the script. That's fine. But the art, illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Of course. I mean, if Andreas is alright with it. Takes pressure off of Brother Piero, I'd be delighted to complete the work. Oh, I'm trying to finish my master. If it takes the pressure off of Brother Piero, then we have it. I hope this allays your concern. Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper? Naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. My lord, I've already made nonsense. You can eat them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, Father? Well, that would be quite unusual. Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend, the Prince Bishop, would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think? I understand. Yes, you're right, of course. Andreas might join us for supper. I look forward to it. Lorenz sucks. You had this plan. What? You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Oh, go to hell, Ferenc. No, I'm not going to say that. That's beyond ridiculous. Listen to yourself. Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am. Yes, you are, and you've embarrassed me, the Abbot and the Abbey. Prior Ferenc is right, of course. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Guy, can you stop flattering the Prior for 1 minute? If anyone is the embarrassment here, it's you, Ferenc. Others. You please, Sister Zadina and I would prefer if you keep the noise down. Sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. Of course. Back to work. Well, that was not wonderful. There's nothing to be done about it now. I finish my work here and wash up in the laboratorium for supper at the Abbot's table. Vespers, we will eat. Supper at the Abbot's table. Where do we eat? Brother Piero! I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual. Sure. I love Piero. I won't be able to speak with you, none of the brothers will, but it'll be good to have you with us. That's a shame. I always enjoy our talks. Now, the same doesn't apply to you at the Abbot's table. You can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. Hope I don't make a fool of myself. These men are far above my station. Wish you could take my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honor. Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair. It's humiliating. Oh no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. And we all need a taste of humility from time to time. I love this, man. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. Oh. And when you leave all us at Kearsarge Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. There's nothing wrong with your style. It's not old just because a nobleman says so. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will write over the present. You need not fear any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will see you inside. I like that we wash up before dinner. Nice little accuracy here. Where are we going? The refectory. Oh yeah, of course, refectory to eat. Oh my god, the Last Supper depicted. This is why Da Vinci depicted it the way he did. Like, monasteries and stuff had it in one line. That's just like how people depicted it. So when people make fun of that, it's like, that's just how it was meant to be depicted. Leonardo da Vinci didn't do like an original thing with his Last Supper. It was just like what people had already done. He just sort of used inspiration from that to create a really beautiful piece that had a lot of effort in it. Thomas? Brother Frank? Simon, Peter answered, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living. Oh, the Gospel of Matthew, wonderful. Jesus replied, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? Yes, I studied it extensively. I've read Matthew. Funnily enough, I'm not religious, but I've read Matthew. Oh, right. Is the kingdom of heaven. I forgot to be quiet. Whatever you use. And he ordered the disciples not to tell anyone that he whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gernot, have you read anything by Martin Luther? Oh my god! I can't say that he has incredible ideas about church. Brilliant. Lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. The quail? My god, Father Abbot, the quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talked about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, do you see value in his ideas, do you not? My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not. Brother Matthew, yes, how appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences? Oh my god. Baron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. I must respect Father Abbot's wishes at his table, my lord. That too, Andreas. I expected more of you. Guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. For any other brother, is that clear? Suppose, Father, it is your abbey, but you're taking too much offense to this, and you're far too afraid to change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming into the church. You had better accept it. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate the change of the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you? I see. I have overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of the unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Tassiae. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome, fathers, brothers, Andreas. Good night. Thank you, Andreas, for not letting him engage you in his debate. No good would have come of it. Yeah, I'm just being respectful, you know? That's why I chose the orator path. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. I will take my leave as well. Good night. Don't worry about Father Gano and the Baron. I'm sure we'll all be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. I think the Baron should apologize if he wants to be forgiven. Think on Matthew, Andreas. Our forgiveness should come like God's love, freely, without condition. Fair enough. In any case, all I do is hope the Baron respects him. Respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. What do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? Ah, that is for the younger and wiser men than me to decide. I am just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son. I love Brother Piero. And back to sleep. A few more pages. Awkward supper. I should get some. Oh. Lamp still burning in the guest house. Jones must still be awake. I wonder how he's doing. What was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. The storm doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. I should get back to the Gurkhas. Oh, it's locked. Okay. What? The ghost? Yes? It could be a Roman, maybe even an old pagan. Wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. Interesting. Well, I think I found Johann's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Malin. I will. Thank you. I will. Thank you, Phil. Forest at night. Oh wait, shit. I've actually seen this stuff. The waterfall? Old salt mine. Okay, I don't need to go see all this stuff right now. I don't think. I think I'll have plenty of time to explore this stuff later. It is useful to kind of come across it, though. Kind of get a feel for where stuff is. Over here. Smokey's home. Church and Druckers. Cool. Ah! No! What? Pale horse, it's still on the floor. Hello? Are you alright in there? It's the pale horse. Oh my god. Monastic hours is used for night prayer. Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. Amelie. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes, you are with us, and this is now. Oh no, I apologize for this. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. It sounded like she was having an ecstatic vision. Yes. Your knowledge surprises me, Andreas, though the Baron did say you were an educated man. Like Hildegard von Bingen, by the way. Visions. They believe like visions were being sent to nuns often. Gifted with visions when thoughts was fit to see it one. And we think it's some sort of like thing related to schizophrenia, potentially. Or, who knows? Maybe they're just really passionate, really religious. We cannot say for sure. What you doing in there, Bishop? She lives there, yes. I'm a little surprised you haven't noticed her before. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. Oh, is she an anchoress? She is, yes. Devoted to God, enclosed in the cells next to the church. She is dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. Kind of brutal. Sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. Is she local to Tassing, or was she a nun at Kirsau? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. Oh, trauma. Powerful duchy in the southeast of Schwabia, North Tyrol. Tassing and Kirsau sit in the extremely south part of the duchy, near the border with Tyrol. Just kind of shoved it in there, huh? I'm her confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. I thought all the monks and nuns at Kirsau could read, even poor brother Volkbert. Volkbert! Look at Volkbert. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. She said it in both languages. Of course, sister. She seems unhappy. She is not unhappy, but she is in pain, both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and aching in her joints. I know no cure for that, save prayer to the Almighty. Sister Amelie was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. Interesting. Most interesting. Front. Go. Oh, yeah, we can't really do anything because, like, it's nighttime. Everyone's closed. It's another kitty cat! I must find all the kitty cats. It meowed at me. It's so sweet. Wow, the town's big. Okay. Kind of go anywhere. Excuse me. Aww. All right, let's go to sleep. I love my hat. Beautiful. I think we will call the playthrough of Pentiment here, just in time for Prime Louds. Oh, we slept in. Time to get back to work. Because, as I said, I've got stuff I gotta do. The game was last saved 9 seconds ago, then we will leave. We'll call it there. I'm gonna hopefully post this as a VOD for you to all watch if I get that set up, and if for lateness. And boy, I'm just loving playing a nice, fun medieval game with you all. I'm having a blast. So anyway, have a good day. I'm gonna go to work, but I'll be back to this game soon, potentially tomorrow, and I'll talk to you later.